thing is, I actually like wearing suits. That's the worst thing. I like wearing suits, but
I like wearing
I just
suits,
think
but
it just kind of
christenings,
like
weddings and funerals.
yeah,
Yeah,
or christenings and that.
and court.
And
Yeah,
court, yeah,
court,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? Funny enough, the last time I went to court, I tried to do the thing of like go in there looking mad scruff so that they would give me some type of sympathy. I went there for some dumb, stupid thing on like fines and that, innit? Yeah. So they sent me to court and that. So I thought, rah, I know they're gonna give me a big fine here, but if I go there just no trim, looking raggedy, you know what I mean? Sad,
bro. The thing is,
all over the place and that. They're gonna pattern me up, bro. They gave me a big fine. Still.
There you go. Court swag is important. You wear a 3-piece suit, you're guilty. You know what I'm saying? You can't go too hard. And like
more than 2 pieces.
Bro, it's mental, bro. I reckon play it safe. Get a turtleneck.
I swear to God, you took the words out of my mouth.
Turtlenecks, turtleneck.
They're saying this suit has to be innocent.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, even get clear glasses. Yeah, like, but never have an actual trim though. Never have like a fresh one that designed for. Bro, my boy.
You say mid.
Imagine I've
one.
got a boy who went jail by accident. Well, he didn't. He just suppose the case. He didn't have to go jail. He did not have to go. He did not have to go jail. Trust me.
Yeah.
But he's gone court now. This only a few years ago. Gucci, everything.
Oh, nah, man.
Bro, custodial sentence straight away, bro. The judge was sick of him.
Yeah, of course.
And you see where like he's probably wearing sunglasses in court as well, taking them off to chat to the judge, and then that he went.
Ray-Bans and that in the fucking courtroom.
I honestly like court swag, like would definitely. It says a lot.
Some man shouldn't take the stand. It don't matter what you're wearing. What you're wearing, just don't take the stand. You know you're not good at talking.
Yeah.
These are professionals. Like they're gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
They're gonna end up making you just say you did it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you did it.
You see this same guy I'm talking about who went jail by accident. Imagine he previously, a few years before that, came as a character witness for one of my other boys that had a case. And this same guy went on the stand.
A character witness is somebody that goes up and basically talks
it says,
about
you know, like this, I've known this man since however long. He would never do something like this.
For them, basically.
For whatever reason, he was the allocated character witness. Goes on the stand. This Crown Court. His phone rings.
In the courtroom.
In the courtroom. He's on the stand. He picks up the phone and he says, "I'm gonna call you back."
Nah, he's got to go jail. No, he's got to go jail for that.
The judge then says to him, "Can you say your name?" And he says his name, but he says it so quietly. And the judge says, "Can you repeat it?" He says it very quietly. The judge says, "I can't hear you." He shouts at the judge. Needless to say, my boy got guilty.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course. But yeah. This is just someone.
Me off.
Your character is supposed to be someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's meant to be the person you'd pick, and he is a good apple.
Yeah, and good and really good at speaking.
Yeah.
Someone who's really good at speaking, even if you don't know them that well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, you're only meant to say minimal words. That's it, just minimal words, and more time you're reading something that you've prepared.
Yeah.
But I don't know, boy.
I see my brother go have a case one time, and he had like a duty solicitor or something like that. It was a serious case. When we see this this brother like a hobo, a white guy with like brown dreads down to his shoulders, and a blue suit on, and red Dr. Martens. I said, yeah, you know what? He's finished. He's finished. He knew it was over for him. He never bust the case.
He didn't bust case, no.
No. Don't do this duty thing. It's crazy.
Nah.
They'll set you up.
No. If you're going duty in magistrates, I'm sure magistrates got like a 90% conviction rate or something like that. You go over duty there, you're in big trouble still.
Serious.
Big trouble.
I know I keep saying it, by the way, but I want to get this lawyer barrister guy on and have a conversation with him about some stuff. I think that like there's just enough things in the courtroom that we need to know about in case you find yourself in a predicament of having to be there.
Let's just do the new thing. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
We're
doing that one 2019.
Absolutely.
Do you know I'd say that's quite a good thing. Like I'd say, in fact, you know what? I'm less connected with like the underworld than I was. So, like, but back then, it was cool to be bad.
Yeah.
Like you weren't even really that you had to be bad. But now it's actually cool to just be cool. Is it not? No?
Maybe that's an age
Or
thing.
if the drill youths brought
It
it
might be an
back
age
out.
thing.
It's wise, it's an experience, man. Anybody that's, yeah, man, I don't know, man.
an age
Anybody that's really out here or that's been out here, definitely should want to get away from it.
100%.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Or there's no point. It's like,
But I feel like
Enough
he's-
man that I know that fully was on things is like now doing things to get away from that.
Yeah.
Or not perpetuate it so much anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like by investing their money and doing in productive things, or investing their money in someone, or just coming off ends a little bit.
It's because we
and
only
moving.
got one go at it, bro. And there's not like you're not gonna get the time back in it. And then once if you're still out here by this point, yeah, you've seen so much, you've been through so much, you've lost so much friends, people them that ain't here, people them that ain't never gonna come back, people them that ain't never gonna get their life back. So then after a while, it's so introspective. You just have to start looking within yourself, innit? You have to be honest with yourself. Like, it's not when you're young and you got that energy and you don't care and you're not thinking about nothing. You're not thinking about tomorrow. You can throw your life away. You got the thing in you, but what after that? Like you have to start thinking about what's going on, and you don't want to be going through these things that you've been through. It's like with hindsight, everybody's got clear vision with hindsight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Nah, you know what? This was fucked up. This has been fucked up. My man's dead. This man's dead. This has happened to me. My man's gone. These ain't coming back. This is all fucked up. This is long. So really and truly, like whatever I've got left now, I need to try and salvage
Yeah,
this.
100%.
It's a
100%.
salvage job.
How do you communicate that mentality to the young bucks though?
You can't because when they got the energy, they're not going to listen to you, man. The ones that are really out here in the thick of things, they're not going to listen to, because you can't have someone telling you, the streets ain't nothing, man. Don't care about all this. Like, come off the roads, don't carry your knife, do that, and they walk down the road and someone else catch them and they're gonna snap them up. Like, what you're saying don't matter to them at the moment. They got to be able to make it through this. And the truth is as well, not everybody's gonna make it out of this. Like, there's not hope for everyone. Like, it takes all different types to make the world go around, I believe. You know what I'm trying to say? That that's why there's good people, because there's bad people. You know what I'm trying to say? You need criminals, or they would be on policemen wouldn't have no jobs.
The thing is, we know, like, as in with we're now on the other side of it, and see how kind of stupid it was, and how much was nothing's gained from all of this, only lost. You see what I'm saying? So we can try and communicate it to them in the best possible way, but we're not there anymore. We can only say so much, and it's just not. Sometimes you just have to live it. Like I would say the same thing to my brother when he was a little bit younger. I'll be like, I can pretty much tell you exactly what the next 5 years of your life looks like. You might be better. I know you're not going to hear me, but you might just be better off skipping it. Still, it's long. This next 5 is long.
No, but then you can't say that. He's got to go through.
I know. You see what I'm saying? So I know I can say it, but is it going to stick? Probably not. Do you see what I'm saying? So
because obviously things are never going to be rosy ever in life, but surely there must be some type of solution that simmers an element of it down.
Nah, you got to redcon it. Do you know about redcon? You got to write them off. You got to catch the youth from a certain age and start raising them in a different way.
Yeah.
So you got to save the new generations coming. The ones that are already out here and already afflicted by this
they're
stuff,
probably gone.
and already influenced by this stuff, they're probably gone. Because it's not a joke. Everyone can sit down on the chairs and give their opinions about them. And man's out here in the streets. It's not a joke.
Yeah, no, of course.
Things are losing their life, and people would say, "Oh, why is this happening? Why?" It don't matter. Some of them don't even know why. That's
No,
irrelevant.
of course.
Yeah.
If they feel like you're worried about all the wrong things, so you don't want to sit here and get to the bottom and talk about why. What's it going to stop?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, it means nothing. It means nothing. You got to catch them from before they even get to that age where it becomes one of those things between them and the next ends. Or some things are like you can't stop it anyway. But there's definitely ways to improve it.
Yeah, no, I hear
100%.
that still.
Because there's some man's been through certain things. I'm telling man now, like other people's opinions, man, don't matter. It don't matter what you think of me. It don't matter what you. It doesn't matter because I'm the one that's out here going through these things. You know what I'm trying to say? When anything happens to me, I'm gonna be alone. I'm gonna be alone in my cell or in my hospital bed or whatever. It don't matter, and it's real life to me. Like yours is just an opinion, but you don't know the real facts of what's really happening. So enough of these kids are in danger, bro. Every day, like
of course.
in danger of things happening to them, and like people ain't even trying to take the time to empathize with it.
Yeah.
Just calling them crazy and just calling them thing and not really empathizing with their situation and what they're going through. They don't even understand.
There was an interesting thing that happened recently. Like, you remember the youth that he tried to, I don't know where it was here, but he had some big shank, and he was smashing off this man's window trying to break into the thing or whatever.
Ain't he rapping now? Like,
I don't even know. But he didn't get in anyway. The brother must have ended up getting out of the car, riding off or whatnot. But like, people were going mad because they were saying that the court, like he didn't go to jail for it, innit? But what the court did, which I thought was really interesting, yeah, was they took his life into consideration. So all of the things that he'd been through growing up, yeah, and like it speaks to that. What do they call it? That post-traumatic stress thing that a lot of kids are going through, innit? Yeah, like this one particular youth had been kidnapped by olders and making him sell drugs in some type of place, and he was getting punched up by them, and like all of these different things, and then obviously stuff that was going on at home and all of that, which they felt like played a part in one of the reasons why he was so angry. So sending him to jail isn't going to help him. Sending him to jail, in fact, is probably going to make him even more angry. He's probably going to get into more situations in there, connect with more people. This is going to be even more mad. But so what they did was they put him on a curfew thing or whatever it was, so that he had to be in between a certain time. So for me, when I looked at that situation, I thought they got elements of that right, but then I think that they might have had elements of it wrong, because maybe instead of like putting him back into the same environment where he clearly is so angry, maybe put him somewhere else, you know, where he is around different types of people or whatever. Don't put him in jail, but give him a different type of rehabilitation, but outside of somewhere else, so we see him
it's a
different type of thing. It would be difficult to do that with every single kid. But the only problem is that although I felt that they did the right thing in taking that everything into consideration and trying to understand why he's like that and giving him some rehabilitation, putting him back into the same
area, same people you're comfortable with,
you know what I mean? Like, the reality is the likelihood is that youth has probably got some type of issue with some next youth or whatever, and he's come out of this situation now, and even if he's had a spiritual awakening or whatever it may be, the brothers he's got beef with don't. So you still have to, that's still something that you have to confront, because it's your past, isn't it? It's one of them things that
the thing
just
is,
happen,
it's so strange, man, because things work different for different people. For some people, jail works, rehabilitates, gives you time to sit down, think, blah 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 blah. But then for other people, jail, you come out and you might even be worse.
Did you watch that documentary on TV the other day called Prison?
No,
it was on Channel 4. It was I can't remember what jail it was in England, but they were basically just following a couple of people or whatever. There was one brother, older bro, must have been in his mid-20s or whatever, and obviously he was in jail, but like he had a lot of anger in him. So obviously he was from Leeds, and he had a lot of beef with people or whatever. I don't know what he did, but he was in jail for like 5 years or whatnot, 5.5 years. So it was coming to the end of his sentencing, innit, but he still had bare anger in him, But there was like, he was fighting, he was doing all kinds of stuff, and he had like brethren in jail that were riding for him or whatever, But the main thing that he was saying was that, like, you know what, like he has a better understanding of certain things now, innit, But what worried him the most is that, like, I'm coming out of jail with a different mentality, but there's things I've done in my past,
that you can't escape.
I can't escape. So it's like, obviously I've got to go back there. And not everyone's thinking the same as me. So, you know, when he was leaving, he almost didn't even want to go. You know that? He was like, he was sitting there and he was like, you know, like, I think he got proper close to his cellmate, innit? And then, like, he obviously had to leave his cellmate and that, and then he was sitting there and he did say, he was like, you know, it's weird, innit? Like, obviously I wanted to come out, but a part of me don't even want to come out.
I got a cousin like that.
He's scared of himself. Do you get me? The thing of me now having to go back and my past catching up to me.
Or depending on how many years you get, you spend so much time, especially if you go jail in those years, maybe between 18 and 25, where you're still really growing as a person, where you become so kind of used to jail and it becomes like not a good place for you, but a place for you. And then you come out and it's just, I know people that wanted to go back to jail.
Some people that love it, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? So,
because you get
over their head meals and stuff like that. They don't know where they're eating on the road and all that kind of stuff. And certain people got like, they go in jail and they got a whole different persona, like a whole different life than who they are. Some people are more respected in jail than they are on road. So then they're happy with that reality. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, when it's all said and done, like, life's complex. People are more complex than they realize, and the mind in general is fragile as anything. Like, it just takes one incident to just send a mind over there, way left or way right or whatever it is. So, like, if you're like somebody who is quite logical and is quite well balanced, then jail might do good for you. If you're not, then it could have like an adverse effect or whatever it is. Like, it's mad.
Like what my man saying, your mind changing and coming back out to the same scenario it don't help you. Because there's nothing you can really do. You know, nothing short of what, like leaving, bro. Like just leaving and kicking out, and it's like your whole life is like everything you know, and that's not hard that is to do. Who wants to do that? Who does that? But it's like, I'm just pretty sure like all of us might have people in our life that we grew up with. Some, even if it's a friend or someone that you knew that was about in the area, and they're just gone. Now. They moved out somewhere. They're just gone. You don't. You couldn't even tell me what they're doing with themselves or whatever. Like that's literally what you would have to do. Yeah. Because like what that person's saying, if he's done stuff or serious stuff or been involved in things, there's always people there's always feelings and stuff that some people just don't forget things. You know what I'm trying to say? So it don't matter that he's come out and he's got a different mentality. There's people that still hurt that this and this happened to this and that one. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's like having the strength to pack up his whole life as he knows it and leaving. Not everybody's got that, because some people don't even see it as a form of strength. You see it as a form of weakness. It's basically running away. That obviously it's not, but it kind of is. It's basically running away. You're running away. What you got all this madness. You don't want to think that you want to change your life. You don't want to be involved in. Okay, let me leave. And then it's running away. And you ask yourself, well, what does that say to me about myself as a person? I'm running away from this. I live here. I'm born here. I ain't running. I ain't going nowhere. Like, this is where I'm from. This is what I know. Everybody I know is here. Where am I going anywhere? But it's like, trust me. Unless you take yourself out of the whole situation, what else can you do? Because there's nothing in place. There's nothing in place to save anyone.
And there's not even. It's crazy, but there's not even much more that governments etc. can do. They can do stuff. They can do loads of stuff in terms of getting them from young and making sure that these problems aren't as vicious when you get to an older age. But in terms of people that are already, their madness has already begun and it's happening right now, there's not much people can do about it.
I think it's supposed to be like this, bro. Man are like working class people now. Like we're made to like run the country, to drive the buses, to fill up the prisons. Somebody's got to shovel this shit. Like there's other people from different classes. They're not going through this stuff. You get what I'm trying to say? Like their life ain't like this. Like people was like, you was born where you're born. You're from where you're from. It's like there's not much you can do about it. I feel like it's by design, bro. Because even when we was younger, there was more things going on in the communities. Like they take everything out of the communities, all the grants, all the things, all the like play centre stuff, little stuff.
Just stuff.
There no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they take all the hope out of the communities. There's no nothing. There's no youth club. There's no nothing.
And you see the butterfly effect 10 years later, 100%. Because if you played football or you were at play centre with my man, trust me, you'll recognise his face in 10 years. It just creates a familiarity, man. Like you
start knowing people from when you do all of these different things. You start knowing people from different ends and all of that type of shit. Now, like it's fully. People just don't necessarily know anything from outside of.
The youths come out, they jam on their estate, bro, and they chill there, and that's it.
That's it. And because of that, it becomes their hood. And now if you're not, it's just crazy.
They only go to other estates with boys that they're cool with. Only go to places where it's blessed. Only go to eat in spots that they run. Only move where they're good. It's
crazy, bro. Like all of this, it just comes with growth, I reckon. Like I'm at a place where. Like, I know life is now going to start taking more things than it gave me. You know what I'm saying? You get to a certain age and life just starts to stop giving you stuff and it starts to take stuff away. And when you're there and you kind of realise you're there, you probably appreciate things a bit more and value things a bit more than when you did when you're young and you kind of just don't really care or think or have time to think about anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So... Like it's how you can't direct these kids because there's like they haven't learnt it, they haven't seen the damage yet.
Yeah, I hear that, man. There's like enough conversations to be had with the youths that are under them. I try to do that.
Do you know what is good? Yeah, like for example, Babs is the guy for like, as in what young kids that are in this now can still appreciate is somebody who was in this before.
Yeah,
and whilst you may not get through to them, you'll get a lot closer than someone who doesn't get it.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I'd
Like-
rather hear someone talking and giving their opinion.
Exactly.
That's been in it.
rather than
Yeah.
being on the outside looking
Yeah.
in, or
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say. Like, so yeah, definitely.
It depends on how. Yeah, it depends on that, and it also depends on how I think people see you as well. So like how your estate or your area or people in general see you, because otherwise you just come across as just the old guy. Just, you know what I mean? You was out here, but you just washed out here now anyway.
just
No one
preaching,
cares.
right, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like if you are seen as somebody who has respect from people, you got respect from your estate, your hood, or just people in general, and you was genuinely really out here, then yeah, there's a conversation that
Basically,
can.
like, don't wait till you're washed up to try to do the right thing.
Nah,
You're gonna listen
yeah,
to
of
them.
course.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that
yeah,
used to be
yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Like,
reputations
do you know how
do
much
that,
times
yeah.
I used to hear like some of the older lot like trying to say shit to us, and like you might not say nothing because they're older, but in your head you're just thinking, but look at you though.
Yeah, you're finished.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at you. You're done
Yeah,
out here,
yeah.
bruv. Do you know? I'll
Yeah.
never
Yeah, it's
forget the
crazy.
day, bruv. You know, one brother on my estate, from my estate, he got raided. Yeah, everything got taken away from him. Everything. Yeah, he spent some time in jail or whatnot, and like we used to look up to him at a point, but then like when he came out, there was a lot of things about him that had changed or whatnot. We hadn't seen him for ages or whatever. There's so much things that was different. Then he's come to us, yeah, and like when he was trying to, you know what I mean, give us some words of wisdom and that, I just remember us all looking at this guy, just thinking, bruv, you're done out here though. Like seriously, bro. Like you're just done.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and you know what it was? It's exactly the same thing. It's like you waited all of this time for that, for this to happen, then tell us. Like,
But there's no, that's the thing, there's no time limit on it. There's no thing on it. Like when you get that thing where you're just like, actually, I want to see if I can change something. You get it. It might happen at 50 years old, but it might
that's
happen
it.
at
Yeah,
25.
that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
Nah, man, it's like if you got a man and you've seen him grow and you've seen him go through things, and you think to yourself, you know what, the penny's dropped for him. He's reached a certain point
Yeah.
in life and in his thing. You can appreciate that more
Definitely.
than a
Than
man
somebody,
that
yeah,
you know's
yeah.
thinking, and you've seen him go through trials and tribulations, and life just beat him up, and then he just ain't got it in him no more.
Yeah.
You've got more respect for the person that come from off their own accord.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm trying to say that. Make sure your things. If you're gonna be running around trying to preach to people, make sure your things still intact
Yeah.
together. Don't wait till you're finished and rub that to be trying to preach to these kids, because it's not gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. They're not gonna listen. Anyway.
No.
But you gotta keep at them though, because whoever does make it through, they'll remember.
Yeah. 100%.
That's the thing.
Definitely.
Do you know what though? Talking about jail, yeah, it's looking like Solo might spend a good 45 in there.